right. Okay, what's going on? My name is Andrew Wilkes. I'm an online entrepreneur, and I've converted my business to being 6 figures at the age of 22. And I just kind of want to come on here and treat this video like telling younger entrepreneurs or people who are starting in the business space, or whether or not you're old or young, if you're starting an online business, I just wanted to come on here and kind of give you guys some insight and some helpful tips on and habits on what helped me change my life from being kind of like an unconfident kid who was insecure. I had countless amounts of issues when it came to self-worth, confidence, even like imposter syndrome. When I started my businesses, it was more like proving myself constantly to myself. And this video is going to be my top 5 ways that have helped me kind of go from where I was to being the person that I am now, because you have to kind of be that person that makes that money and lives that life before that money and that life comes. You got to kind of be that person, whether or not you are, or you have to kind of like fake it till you make it. You have to be that person. And that's who I had to be. I had to kind of fake it till I made it. Like, I would watch a bunch of confidence videos and like videos on like charisma and sales. And in my head, I was that person, and I turned it on when I needed to, until eventually I just became that person. Keep it honest with you. It just took me a while. And then all of a sudden, here we are. I don't wear a mask anymore. It's just who I am. I'm that confident, upbeat, happy person who runs this business the way that I always knew I would. The first thing I want to talk about is confidence isn't something you were born with or you just have. It is something that is built. And a lot of people hear that and wonder, what does that even mean? It means you are building it through conviction. You are building it through this constant grind and this constant progression of proving to yourself that you are that person, right? It comes from doing the work you say you're going to do, doing all the habits that you say you're going to do, like take your cold shower, right? Eat healthy, go to the gym, get the work done. If you don't have the work done, don't go to bed yet, right? For me, it all started kind of with 75 hard, where I put myself through this rigorous amount of discipline, where I wasn't just doing regular 75 hard. I was doing this modified version of 75 hard, where actually led into my first business, which was online fitness coaching. And it led into this discipline mindset of, okay, I do a lake plunge in the coldest lake in all of Canada every single morning. And then I run 5 kilometers every single morning. I got to a point where it was almost half a marathon every single morning. And then I only ate good. I ate 5 meals a day. I tracked everything. I didn't miss a meal. I didn't miss my sleep schedule. I didn't do anything. And I posted it for 75 days straight. And simply doing that built this like conviction in myself that, wow, I can really get done anything that I put my mind to, and anything that I say I'm going to do, I do, because I just did it. So then when it came to me starting a business, it was the exact same way. That brings me to the second habit of mindset. Stop being a perfectionist. You got to kill that perfectionist in your head. You got to kill it. You can't be living thinking everything has to be perfect, because the thing is, people get stuck in that state of, you've probably heard it before, the analysis paralysis, where you're constantly looking for the perfect thing to say, the perfect thing to do, the perfect video to edit, the perfect one to post. You keep looking for all these perfect things to get done rather than actually getting something done. And the thing is, perfection isn't a thing. Nothing's perfect. There's always changes that can happen, but you're never going to get to a point of your life, of your business, of your manhood, no matter what it is, if you're focused on, oh, I can only start when I get perfect. The people you look at that are perfect started with flaws, and those flaws got removed through tedious amounts of time and dedication and failure after failure, trial after trial. So if you're like, oh, I'm waiting for this to be perfect, you're going to get stuck for the next 10 years waiting for it to be perfect, until you finally realize it's never going to be perfect. It's never going to be enough. It doesn't matter if you're making 10K a month, 1K a month, or $1 million a month. It's never going to be enough. And guess what? Your business is never going to be perfect. The only people that are going to be seeing it as perfect are the people who are not quite where you are now, which is where you are, looking at the people who you're like, damn, that's perfect, but they're looking at their stuff in the same spot that you're looking at the stuff you haven't done, because you're thinking to yourself, it's not perfect, and guess what? They're thinking to themselves, it's not perfect. But instead of being unsuccessful saying it's not perfect, they're successful because when they say it's not perfect, they don't sit around. They make actionable steps to produce more productivity. They take more steps to actually get the things done. Rather than waiting, they get it done and then modify. Get it done and then modify. Get it done, run the statistics on it, see how it goes, and then modify from there. And that brings me to habit or mindset number 3. You need to rewire your subconscious. How do you rewire your subconscious? What does that even mean? Subconsciously, you already feel like you're not that person. So you can't perform at the level of the person you want to be, which gets you stuck in that same spot. So you have to rewire it. How do people rewire their subconscious? How did I rewire my subconscious? Simply, I started with journaling and manifestation to the point where I would write things like, I am rich. I am a 7-figure a month person. I am a man of God. I am this. I am that. I am handsome. I am confident. I am the best salesman. I am the man that I want to be. And no matter what that man I wanted to be or the possessions I wanted to have, I would write it out. When I was driving my 2003 Jeep Wrangler, the blue one, Jeep Liberty, a blue one with the floorboards rotten out, I was saying to myself, I am so blessed and I am so happy that I bought my C63S AMG. And that might sound like I'm joking or I'm kidding, but this was the car that I used to manifest for myself. This is the brain and the mindset of rewiring. I used to sit there and write out the car that I wanted. I would have the picture of the car I wanted. The only difference between the picture and the car that I wanted was this one's more expensive and it's faster and it's the 2-door. I didn't remove that picture from my wall until I was replacing it with a fucking key for the car. And that's how you rewire. You take actionable steps, like just simply writing down what you want, who you are, who you want to be. And then you take those and you switch it to I am that person. And then you walk around all day going, I am rich, I am affluent, I am wealthy, I am a man who makes things happen, I am a confident man, I am the best salesman, I am someone who utilizes their brain to make the best options possible, I am someone who takes advantage of opportunity, I am. You need to reprogram your brain because your brain is working off of frequencies, right? We don't become anything. We become the thoughts in our brain. We become it. No matter what you think of all the time, you become that. Read the book Think and Grow Rich. It's changed my life and it's changed many of multi-millionaires' lives, billionaires even. They all recommend that book for the simple reason that what you think, your brain and your body chemistry and your soul and your reality, you are just a frequency in this fucking quantum realm. And as a Christian, I used to think that sounded silly, like just go to God. And I still go to God with everything, but it's almost like God has put us in here as frequencies, and the world has lowered our frequency through things like porn and drugs and social media and all these negative things. Social media is not negative unless you make it negative, mind that. But our frequencies are lowered, bumpy road. Our frequencies are lowered due to the world that we live in. Right? How do we get in money's frequency is all the way up here. It is a super high frequency, right? Success is a super high frequency, right? And the thing is, when you reprogram your brain and your frequencies back to the same frequency that money is on, which is a high frequency, you're like a magnet. If you run off of that and you think about it all the time in a positive way, not in a negative way, like, oh, I need this, but oh, I have this and I'm blessed to have it, before you even have it, if you just tell yourself that, your brain is going to do whatever it takes to actually become the person that it thinks it is. If you say I'm a depressed person 1,000 times every single day, I give you 4 days before you start being depressed. It's just how it is. So if you start changing that mindset and only thinking and listening and watching and reading positive things, you become a positive person. And it's the same thing with money. If you are money conscious and money focused in a positive way, not a negative way, like, oh, I don't have enough. If you're in a lacking mindset rather than an abundance mindset of, oh, I have it and it's already mine and all those things, then you're going to be a negative person and you're going to have a negative relationship with money, which means money is going to have a negative relationship to you. Stop thinking about chasing money and do the work that
attracts the money and be the person that attracts the money. When your brain is on the same frequency as money, and your body's in the same frequency as money, and your soul and spirit's on the same frequency as money, you attract money. You're like a magnet. You're like a magnet. I literally used to just say, I am rich, I am affluent, I am a multimillionaire before I got to any of those positions that I am now. I made it happen through subconscious to the point where I couldn't believe anything else. And now all of a sudden it appeared. You hear it not just from me, but you hear it from celebrities. You hear it from like Jim Carrey, 10 years before he made his first $10 million, before he made fucking $5,000, he wrote himself a check for 10 years in the future for $10 million. 10 years after that check, on the exact same day, he signed a $10 million contract for the movie The Mask. That doesn't fucking happen. But yes, it does, right? Conor McGregor, since he couldn't even afford eggs or blueberries, he was saying to himself, I am rich. I am the man. I am a double champion in the UFC at 155. He said it, and he said it so often that his brain couldn't believe anything else, and your brain makes happen what it can believe. Number 4 is it comes back to the last one, where you have to be doing those things. But what happens when you start doing those things? You are going to lose people, or people are going to think you're crazy. People aren't going to believe in you. People are going to be against you. People are going to say you're crazy, you're negative, that shit doesn't work. All the above, that you should get a 9 to 5, that you should stop thinking that way, you should lower your ego, stuff like that, which, yeah, it's not an ego thing, but it's a thing that is in your brain that is undeniable. You have to be undeniable with your mindset, or you're gonna fucking break. You can break me on the outside, but you can't break my mind, right? But brings me to number 5, which is auditing your circle. See the people around you and remove the bad links, because one chink in the armor will bring down the strongest knight, because it's a flaw, it's an injury. You become who you are around. But when you're around negative people, your vibration is lowered. When you're around positive people, your vibration is higher, right? But here's the thing. When you're a higher frequency person, you're going to wonder why when you start doing successful things, people leave or you lose people or things like that. It's because your body doesn't, your frequency kicks out theirs because it's negative. But you need to audit your circle. Cut off people who are negatively affecting you and they aren't bringing any positive value to you or your life, right? If they are against the mindset of making money and they think, you know, it's impossible for you, you got to cut them off. If they're negative in any way, whether that's their habits, their personality, the things they keep doing, the traps they keep falling in, the mindset that they have, try and help them. And if you can't give them that energy and they won't take the advice, it's time to cut them off. So here's some actionable, the number one actionable step that I did was find a new circle. For me, my frequency was so high that I felt like God just brought me to a new circle. It's like, first I met one friend who was starting to do what I did, but he was doing it a little bit further ahead with the content. So I was around him all the time, to the point where I was around somebody who was supportive of the goal that I had because they had the same goal, right? And when my frequency was higher, it's like I attracted those people. The same way you attract money when your frequency is higher, you attract the right people. You attract the opportunities. You put yourself in those opportunities. You put yourself in those positions because the universe knows nothing else other than to attract it for you now, right? I know this sounds crazy, but just listen. From there, I went on a trip with that person. I took a risk when I had no money. I went on a trip with that person, right? Shout out Nigel. I went on a trip with that person, and from there I networked and I attracted people. I became friends with multi-millionaires at the age of 21, and I handled myself so well. And the mind I had and the skills that I developed and the way that I speak and the way I present myself and the skills that I built over time from just skill stacking over and over and over again, I was able to get into those circles out of purely 2 things: respecting my knowledge or respecting I'm a fucking dog, and my communication skills, which I worked on through years of building confidence. Confidence comes from conviction, getting things done. And I can tell you, and my friends and family can tell you, if anyone's gonna get something done that they put their mind to, it's me right here. Simple. That's my turn. Oh, there's a kid on a fucking bike. Damn, bro. Gotta cut that out. Some actionable steps, if you don't have those people around you like I did, some things that I started doing as well was I would literally message people who were further ahead of me. Doesn't matter what their business was, doesn't matter if they could benefit me in any way, doesn't matter if I could benefit them in any way. I would start reaching out in, like, financial wise, I would start reaching out to people if I were you, and just simply just to build your network and build rapport and talk to these people who are ahead of you in some sort of way, whether that's financial or relationships or anything, and you can use those friends, and just being in communication with those people will raise your frequency and get you used, and it'll kind of build this mindset of, these are the types of people I'm around. These are my people. I'm not around the drug addicts. I'm not around the fucking losers who have one mindset and they're negative about anything else. I'm not around those people. I'm around winners, which again will make you a winner. When you're around a productive person or a successful person, it makes you 25% more effective. It makes you 25% more driven. It makes you 25% more productive. It's just how it is. When you're around and talking to certain people, it makes your brain understand and realize and literally just simply focus on the fact that this is the standard now. This is what I need to do. And I have friends who are multimillionaires at the ages of 27 or younger. And the thing is, those people, I've been at their houses, I've stayed at their condos, the big penthouse in Miami, and those guys will set up a desk for me and invite me there simply because they want me around, because my work ethic drives them to work harder, right? You got to earn your way in somehow. But how do you actually earn your way in? How do you build those skills that I'm talking about? And this is what's going to bring me to our next habit or our next mindset builder. Number 5 or number 6. I honestly forget which one I'm on. I've been recording just nonstop. So number 5 or number 6, wherever the fuck it is stacking your micro wins. Your micro wins are the things like cold showers, reading books, journaling, going on a run, going on a walk, right? Having a routine that you stick to, non-negotiables that no matter what happens, you are getting those done that day, because it builds your mindset that I am a person who gets these things done. I am a person who does those things. When I set my mind to something, I get it done. Make your bed, read your book, go on a walk, go on a run, go to the gym, take your cold shower, eat a certain food every morning, right? Do the micro wins that are going to get you somewhere, right? Dedicate 15 minutes to your business every morning, and then 15, big bumps, and then 15 minutes before you go to bed, right? Whatever it is, micro wins that you guaranteed have to get done, and you will get done no matter what. That's how you build confidence, because confidence comes from what? Conviction. Right, good, we're on track. Okay, look, that sums everything up. But if you're a younger entrepreneur or an entrepreneur in general, or a younger man just trying to build himself into something other than a 9-to-5 for the rest of your life, you have to understand it starts with confidence within. Confidence in yourself, raising that frequency and that vibration that comes out of you. And understand it doesn't come overnight. You're not born with it. It comes by building it brick by brick, step by step. That's all business is a brick by brick. You don't get Facebook without the first input. So stop trying to be perfect and just get something done. Get the work done. Get something done. Build it brick by brick, and you'll slowly become that person you want to be, and those things will slowly come into your life. And then all of a sudden, you're going to open your eyes and you're going to be in the car that you just thought that you've been telling yourself you've had for the last year. It's just going to be there. And here's the thing, people are like, oh, look how far you've come when they see me in this car, or they see my business. They're like, look how far you've come. And I'm like, having a hard time realizing it, because it's like, in my head, I've been here for years. You guys just got here. You guys are just seeing it now, but I've been seeing it for years now. And it wouldn't be an online business video if I wasn't trying to sell you something. So, no, I'm kidding. But if you are running any sort of online offer and you need an agency that has done 6 figures or more that can help you run it and actually get you from $0 to $20,000 a month organically, and you don't know how to do it and you're trying to start any sort of offer, just click that link in the description, book a call with me, or follow me on Instagram. It just makes your life very easy, and just watch some of the free value on there. Watch the videos on there. We teach them all the time. Or subscribe. We drop more videos like this, and I drop way more niche down videos where I break down exactly how to build a 6-figure business. So my name's Andrew Wilkes. I love you. God loves you. You're going to be the fucking greatest of all time, and I know it. Peace.